Guys, when it comes to complete back development, most of you guys are struggling with your back width, and that is so important to get that big V-taper back. And we're talking back width. What we're talking about is this whole wing, this whole slab of wing that comes right down the side of your back, right here. This is all your lats and your teres major up here. So this whole wing that goes all the way up to your armpit, that's gonna be 100% lats and your teres major. So I wanna show you guys 12 back exercises that actually combined my last two back workouts with Charles Glass. And all these exercises are going to put a massive amount of activation and focus on that teres major and your lats so you guys can grow that big V-taper back.
You ain't got no gains. You ain't lift no weights.
Rapid fire round. The first back exercise is the dumbbell incline row. So you're gonna start that bench at around a 45-degree angle. Palms are gonna be facing out. And then as you row back, focus on initiating the contraction with your lats, and you're gonna rotate your palms to a parallel grip, keeping those elbows in close to your side, driving those elbows back, squeezing, and then back down slow and controlled. Second back exercise is the close grip lat pull down. Now you're gonna be actually facing away with a slight lean back, and you're gonna pull down to your lower chest while you keep your elbows in. You wanna get a full stretch at the top, so really let it stretch you, get that full range of motion. And then you're going to really activate those lats by keeping those elbows in, driving down, and bringing with a close grip the bar right down to your lower chest. Third back exercise is a little bit of a controversial one. That is the lateral pull down, pulling behind your head. Now, you're going to face away, and I know a lot of people don't like this exercise. This is one of Charles' favorite back exercises, and when done correctly, you're gonna feel incredible activation in your lats. So you're gonna face away, you're gonna have a wide grip, and as you pull down, you wanna actually try to bring your elbows a little bit towards the front of your body. So you're trying to rotate your elbows towards the front of your body as you're pulling down. And then we actually did an intensity technique during my workout with him where we paused and then we squeezed down for a few more inches, and then we went back up slow and controlled. Next up, we got the wide grip, parallel grip pull-up. And Charles made this actually a lot more intense for me because he told me to try to keep my chest up and really lean back as I'm pulling up. So really trying to get my chest up as high as I can on the concentric part of all of these pull-ups. So on pull-ups, you always want to go until failure, always want to have nice, slow and controlled, get that full stretch at the bottom, and then come up and try to lean back and bring that chest all the way to the bar. This fifth exercise was super unique. I've never done it before. I'm gonna call it the complete rows. Now you're gonna have an overhand grip about shoulder width apart. You're gonna lean forward and you're gonna let it stretch you. So you're gonna slowly let the bar stretch you, almost as if you're doing a stiff leg deadlift. And then as you come up on the concentric portion, you're gonna slowly row that bar back by driving your elbows back and rowing right to your lower abdominals. Now, this exercise targets your lower back, and it's also going to indirectly hit your lats as you're driving your elbows back behind your body. Really a complete back movement. The next back exercise was a little bit difficult to set up. It was the incline chest supported rows, but doing any type of chest supported rows really increases the activation in your back because you cannot cheat the movement. So this was really challenging. You're actually gonna be rowing slightly behind you. So you're gonna bring that bar slightly back towards your upper abdominals, really driving those elbows back. Overhand grip, hands about shoulder width apart, and make sure you have nice and slow eccentrics on this move. Next up, we got the dumbbell floor rows. Now this was a lot more challenging than traditional dumbbell one-arm row. It increased the lat activation majorly because you're gonna be pulling across your body, and then in doing so, you're actually gonna drive your elbow behind your body to really increase that lat activation. So you're starting from the ground, you're pulling across your body with that overhand grip, then you're really letting it stretch you with every single rep. So this is a really challenging movement, much more difficult than the traditional dumbbell one-arm row. The 8th back exercise was a high to low machine row. Now, most gyms have some type of machine where you're able to pull from a high position to a low position. Now, this particular machine was really great because our hands started a little bit closer, and then as we rode and pulled back, our hands got slightly wider, so it allowed you to kind of naturally drive your elbows right back behind your body while close to your sides. So pick any movement at your gym that allows you to go high to low. Really focus on keeping those elbows in close to your sides and get that full stretch at the top of every single rep. And this 9th back exercise was actually the opposite movement. Now we're going a low to high row. So I definitely recommend that you have a high to low row in your workout and also a low to high row in your workout to really hit your lats and your teres major muscles properly. Now, this movement was unique. My hands were about shoulder width apart, and I'm really focusing on driving my elbows back with every single rep while I'm rowing from a low position, so almost towards the floor, all the way up to my lower abdomen. Next up, we had the medium grip seated row. Now our palms are facing down about shoulder width apart using a straight bar, and we're gonna drive our elbows straight back behind our body, keeping our elbows in close to our sides. We're gonna pause at the top of every rep, and then you're gonna have a nice slow eccentric and full stretch, and you're gonna repeat that for 10 total reps. So you're pulling into your belly button, you're getting that nice full stretch to the bottom, and this was a great lat activator. Next up, we have a wide grip, parallel grip row. So very similar movement to the last one, except our hands are at a parallel grip. We're increasing the width of our grip, and we're still trying to drive in those elbows close to our sides. So this, of course, hitting your lats. It's also gonna do a little bit better job of hitting your teres major. And then once again, make sure you really let it stretch you and pull you, get that full lat stretch at the top of every single rep, and then drive those elbows back behind your body on the eccentric portion. So the last back exercise is the rack pulls. Now, I did this at the very end of my 2nd back workout with Charles. I was completely exhausted. My lower back was giving me trouble, so I can typically go about 2 to 3 times as heavy as I'm doing right as you see in this video. But it's a great complete back exercise. You're really hitting your complete back with this movement. Also really focusing on those erectors. So make sure you're starting with that bar right around the height of your kneecap and control your reps. Definitely don't ego lift and feel that maximum back contraction. So I just showed you 12 back exercises from the world-class trainer, Charles Glass. So give this video a big like. And I just launched the Superhuman Physique programs to give you guys the fastest results humanly possible over the course of 12 weeks with your exact goals. So tap the link down below, see what program fits your exact goals the best. And if you want to stay here right on YouTube, I'm going to link right over here a playlist I've made of every single workout with Charles Glass. I'm going to link on this side the very last video, the chest training mistakes video if you missed that. And if you're new here, make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you on the video tomorrow.